My name is Kairi DUM30032. I'm going to explain about the objective of this assignment. At the end of the lesson, we should be able to: number 1, we know how to differentiate between discrete and continuous, group and ungrouped data. Number 2, we can represent a set of data in tabular form. Number 3, we can represent a set of data in graphical form. Number 4, we know how to analyze data from graphical form of data. Number 5, we know how to calculate the mean, mode, and median of group and ungrouped data. Number 6, we also know how to calculate the first quartile, median, and interquartile range by using ogive.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Naim Iman bin Muhammad Sabri. I'm gonna explain about part A. In part A, the question provides a table that shows the common mark of two students. As we can see, both students has 6 number of marks and the marks are
72 to 97.
From the table, we know that this is ungrouped data. The question for this part is find which one of the students that should be chosen based on their performance, which is the standard deviation value. In order to find both standard deviation, we need to find the variance, and the important one is to find the mean. For student A, we find the mean by insert the data into the formula, and the mean for student A is equal to 86. And then to find the variance for student A, we also need to use the formula of variance. Total of variance for student A is 72.667 from the variance value. Now we can find the standard deviation for student A by square root the variance value. The total is 8.524. Now for student B, all the steps are same with student A, just need to change the value. So the mean for student B is equal to 86. Next, the variance for student B is 49.333. And the last one is the standard deviation. The standard deviation for student B is equal to 7.024. Lastly, by considering the value of standard deviation for both students, the student B should be chosen because it's more consistent than student A. All are determined by the standard deviation value, which is student B got the lowest standard deviation value than student A.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Muhammad Bukhari. I'm gonna present part B. The question given us a raw data which contain the mass in kg of 100 people. From the raw data, we need to build a frequency table with class interval. But before we build the table, we need to find the range and the size of class interval. To find the range, we need to subtract the highest value with the lowest value. So 75 minus 61 is equal to
14.
Next, to find the class interval, we need to divide the range with 4 because in my opinion 4 is most suitable to choose. So the answer is 3.5 and we round it up to 4. Next, the completely build this table. We also need to find the midpoint and the fx. To find midpoint, we use midpoint formula, and then for the fx, we multiply midpoint with frequency. Now we can completely build the frequency table. The question also wants us to find the mean and modal class. To find the mean, we use the formula of the mean and then insert all the data into the formula. The answer is 68.95. For the modal class, we need to find which one has a highest frequency. So the highest one is 70 to 74. For the second question, we need to draw histogram and find the mode. In the histogram graph, for the vertical line is a value of frequency, and for the horizontal line, a value is class interval. In this graph, it have its class interval. To get the mode, we need to find highest frequency for class interval. After that, we need to make a dashed line crosswise in class interval for highest frequency. Then write the value of mode. The answer for mode is 69.125.
And the last part is part C. The following table shows the distribution of marks of 80 students in a mathematics test. For the question 1, we need to find the median mark by using the formula. But before that, I prepared a table for midpoint and cumulative frequency. So, how do we find the median? First of all, find the position of the median of the data by dividing the total of the data with 2. In this question, we have 18 total of data divided by 2 equal to 40. The 40 data is closest to the class interval of 50 to 59. Then L is the lower boundary of the class interval, which is 49.5. Then F is the cumulative frequency before the median class, which is 20. FM is the frequency of the median class, which is 22. After that, C is the class length, which is 10. Lastly, insert all the data into the formula. The total of the calculation is 56.59. So that is our median by using formula. Question 2, we need to draw an ogive and find the median mark from our ogive. So to draw an ogive, we need to find upper boundary first. To find upper boundary, we need to adding the current upper limit with the next lower limit, and then we divide it by 2. In example, 39 plus 40 divided by 2 equal to 39.5. And then we can start to draw our ogive. The x-axis will stand for upper boundary and the y-axis will stand for the cumulative frequency. Next, we need to find the median mark. Median mark is equal to second quartile. Second quartile is the middle of the data. So, as we know, the middle of the data is 40. Draw a straight line with the 40 at the cumulative frequency, and when it meets with the ogive, draw it straight down. And the median from the ogive that I got is 57.50. For question 3, we need to calculate the mean, variance, and standard deviation. To find mean, we can use the formula. It's gonna be 4630 divided by 80 equal to 57.88. Next, we need to find the variance. We put all the data into the variance formula. It's resulting 281,950 divided by 80 minus 57.88 squared, and the total 174.28. And the last one for question 3, we need to find the standard deviation. Standard deviation is sigma equal to square root of variance. So, in this question, square root 170.28 total to 13.2. That is our standard deviation. In question 4, it asks me to give a reason why I have a difference between the answer of median by using formula and ogive. So, it has a different value because could be the ogive sketch is not very accurate due to freehand sketching, while by using the formula, we just need to put the data into the formula and calculate them. It's more accurate. And the last question is about the standard deviation value. It asks me my opinion, which one is better, big or small standard deviation value. In our opinion, lower standard deviation is more reliable than higher standard deviation. It is because lower standard deviation is more closer to the mean, and it gives mean that the data is more clustered and more consistent.